John, as you probably saw on my Twitter this morning, I'm quite fired up because of the endless amount of garbage that we are getting from mainstream media and our political establishment right now. First off, I want to credit and thank you for actually using stats and verified sources right there as you explained what's going on with policing and shooting. That, by the way, is very different than Jerry Rivers, which is Geraldo Rivera's real name. He is an actor. He is an actor. That's all he is. And he is a man named Jerry Rivers who plays a character named Geraldo Rivera and you punk and all that stuff. This is nonsense, but this is what they always do. You confront them with facts. You show them the numbers. How many white people have been killed by cops? How many black people have been killed by cops? When it involved resisting arrest, when there was an outstanding warrant, et cetera, et cetera. And then what do? They're backed against the wall. And then instead of coming back with facts, because they know the facts are not on their side, next thing you know, he's saying all of these things, these horrible things to Dan Bongino. By the way, Dan Bongino, who I know wants no sympathy whatsoever, but recently recovered from cancer, thank God, and he's an amazing guy. But Geraldo is he's just gross. I mean, this is what is wrong with pretty much everything. Or Jerry Rivers.
Well, the thing is, too, what he does is what so many people on the left do is he's saying, which is actually in that Harvard study, that minorities have a 50% higher chance of having an interaction with law enforcement officers. But it has nothing to do with the deadly encounters with law enforcement, which, as we pointed out there, just in 2021 alone, 50 white people have been killed by police, 30 black men have been killed by police. Let's talk about the other
John, very quickly, can I just jump in? Because, on this Daunte Wright situation, of course, you're not going to see a clear explanation of it on CNN or MSNBC or any of these other places. But the simple fact is he did resist arrest. He was being handcuffed and jumped away. That is not to excuse what either was a mistake or gross negligence or intentionally a horrible move by that 26-year police officer, right? So
that's what we can do, Dave. What most people in the media cannot do is say she clearly made a mistake and she erred and she's being held accountable for that. But so did Daunte Wright in this situation when he fled police, and before that because he had a warrant out for his arrest. I know you want to talk too about the court packing issue and how extreme this is. I was saying before, and we're going to show some video of Jerry Nadler. We're going to try not to laugh when we see this because it's hard to take him seriously these days. But we have to take this seriously because they're talking about it now like it's in the abstract. They're going to propose a piece of legislation here. Nancy Pelosi says, I'm not going to consider it. But I was just making a joke before, too, about, the Seinfeld episode where George talks about I'm like Menon. It's annoying at first, and then over time, you have to like it because you hear it so often. That's what they do with this stuff. Court packing sounds ridiculous. It would never happen. And then all of a sudden, it's serious.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were throwing to a clip there.
No. Sorry.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Look, during the presidential election, Joe Biden refused to answer the question whether he would pack the courts. It was obvious that this was coming. The progressives, which are running the show, and Biden is just a 78-year-old shell of a man who is not running anything, they are here to burn everything down. They are here to pack the courts. They are here to get rid of the Electoral College. They are here to make D.C. a 51st state. They are here, in essence, to open the borders. All of it. You name it, whatever you can think of that I can't even think of at the moment, they are here to do it. And let's just be clear, of course this is a brazen political move. Do you think if the court had the makeup that they were happy with, that they would be adding justices to the court? This is the most brazen assault on a branch of government by another branch of government in modern times. This in many ways is exactly what the founders were worried about. This is why we have the separation of powers. And we're about to see, do we really have three branches of government that are separate and independent from each other and are supposed to have checks and balances? Or is the executive branch in cahoots with the legislative branch about to annihilate, in essence, the judicial branch? Let's see.
If you're looking for more honest and thoughtful conversations about politics instead of nonstop yelling, check out our politics playlist. And if you want to watch full interviews on a variety of topics, watch our full episode playlist all right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.